points or any of that for it. It is winner take all in this one. The winner goes on to the quarterfinals, then the semifinals, then the finals, and potentially the World Cup in Russia 2018. So we're back with Ultimate Fan Live. If you do not have the app, make sure you go and download it. There is a link in the description below. We got the team of the week this week, and top in the list right now, Neymar, 218 points. He's been finding a lot of difficulty trying to get the ball in the back of the net. Coutinho has been doing amazing for Brazil, but Neymar, he's putting up points. So he's putting up some points on the data scout. I don't know that I would necessarily rank him as the top player in the team of the week. Probably if I was going to go with a player from Brazil, it would be Coutinho, as he's been playing absolutely brilliant for them. But 218 points on the data scout. Isco, 218 points on the data scout as well. So both of them, the top two players in the data scout there. Toni Kroos fell quite a bit in the team of the week, but still made it on there, 156 points. But obviously Germany not moving on, and that has got to be, I wanted Germany to move on. I gotta say, like, it hurts me that Germany didn't make it through, but it probably has to be my moment of the week this week. I feel like has to be that South Korea win in there, because I just feel like it's one of those awesome things of sport. You know, Mexico's sending gifts to South Korea. They're chanting, they're singing their praises and all of these things because they help Mexico to move on to the next round. And in honesty, the two most deserving teams, I think, did move on from that round. Sweden moved on, Mexico moved on. They were the most deserving teams overall in the Group F. Germany all the way at the bottom. The curse of becoming the World Cup champion and getting knocked out in the group stage the following World Cup seems to be holding true for Germany, and they are going home early in this one. So anyways, on to the next one. We have the top 6 nations in this one. Germany, number 1, 1,145 points. Spain, 1,088 points. Brazil, 1,079 points. Saudi Arabia, 1,041. Switzerland, 968. And Belgium, 914. So Switzerland finally moving themselves up onto that list. It is very interesting to me that Germany is at the top of the list, considering that Germany was the bottom of their group. But again, like when you're looking at the data scout, the way that they played, I think this is the thing that can be said for Germany. And I know they didn't move on, but they put so many opportunities at net. They were a very, very clear picture of a team that just needed to find a way to score. They were missing that element. They were missing a Sané. They were missing somebody to put the ball in the net for them, because if they could have hit the net 25 shots or something, they were getting in the games. 25 shots, but nothing that could go in the back of the net. A big surprise, I feel like, for me, Argentina not on the list this week. The days that they were losing and tying and not getting any points, they didn't make the list, but now that they're going on, or they made the top of the list, but now that they got their victory in this one, they're not on the list. Croatia, another kind of surprise that didn't make the top nations for me. Another team that's been playing very well in this, but it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the next round.
Alright, so what would the World Cup be without some surprise matches? And we did not have our shortage of surprises in this round of the World Cup matches, but probably the biggest one, South Korea beating Germany 2-0. Both those goals coming late in the match as Germany was pressing to try and win because they needed a victory. A victory would seal their position in there and move them on to the round of 16. You thought that they were on that path. As Toni Kroos put in the goal to beat Sweden, you thought now they're looking like that World Cup team. Now they're starting to turn it around, but they just did not have what it took to beat South Korea, and they are going home from the World Cup in a very surprise twist in Group F. The other match in Group F, Sweden beating Mexico 3-0, a massive performance from Sweden, and this could have sent Mexico home in this World Cup. It would have meant that Germany and Sweden would have been the teams to go on had South Korea not beaten Germany as well. So another pretty surprise match there, but in the end, Sweden and Mexico are the teams that are moving on in that one. Sweden going from basically the bottom of the group to the top in the next match. Iran and Portugal, another big surprise match right there. Iran almost winning, and if they had won, they would have knocked Portugal out of the World Cup. Another kind of interesting match, and I don't know if it's a surprise match or just like kind of like a really like sort of surprising thing is that we actually had a match that made it to fair play points. Like, can you imagine being on the Japanese side and being like, okay, it's not about winning this game, it's about making sure you don't get a yellow or a red card, and if you don't get a yellow or red card, we're gonna move on. A very different mindset late in the game than trying to win. Just don't get a foul and we will move on. Fair play points. But anyways, there you have it. So we also had 3 top players here. So the top 3 players based on the average for their minutes played. Number 1, and unfortunately I don't think he's going to be building this number up anytime soon, Tony Cruz, 172 points over 296 minutes played on his data scout. Isco in second, 168 points, 292 minutes played for him, and Neymar in third, 160 points on average for his Ultimate Fan live score. So those are the top 3 data scout players. Obviously Isco and Neymar, they can turn this around, they can keep that going. Maybe some other surprise players will make their way into the top averages. So who do you think is going to be on there? Who do you think will be the big players in the next round, in the round of 16? Alright, so some big matches we got coming up. France versus Argentina. Neither team really stepping it up in the first round of that group stage. It'll be interesting to see which team can pick it up, which team can rise to the occasion. Amazing players on both sides of the ball, but which team is going to be the team that wants to step it up and take their team to the next level? Spain versus Russia. That one on the 1st of July. Russia has been looking great in the World Cup. The host nation is looking to keep that going as they move into the next round against a tough Spanish side. Spain been up and down all this World Cup. Will they end it on a high note moving on to the next round, or will they be eliminated in the round of 16, making it another big nation to get sent out of this World Cup? Brazil versus Mexico. What a massive match that is going to be. Brazil, they've had some performances as well. They tied Switzerland. They had some close calls from the matches. Their final match in the group stage against Serbia, they played pretty well. They got the win. Coutinho's been playing amazing for them. Mexico, they kind of went the opposite. They started really strong off in the group stage, and then they sort of backed off a little bit. Ended up losing their final match to Sweden. Will that be the wake-up call they need to move on, or will Brazil prove to be too strong for them in this round of 16 match? Colombia versus England. A very interesting match for sure. England been looking strong. They think it's coming home, but Colombia's got some strength on their team as well. They've had some big victories to get themselves out of the group stage, and they're going to be taking on England. Colombia, the top, obviously, qualifier out of their group, and England, the second qualifier out of their group as well. So there you go. We got all the fixtures that are coming up beside us. You can check them out there, but there are going to be a lot of fun matches. I'm really excited to watch the Switzerland-Sweden match. I think that's going to be another big match. I kind of feel like it. You can quote me now on this. I feel like Switzerland has a chance to take Sweden and move on to the next round. And what a match that would be. If England moves on, Switzerland moves on. Switzerland will be taking on England in the quarterfinal match. That's one big match I'm definitely excited about. But thank you for checking this out and stopping by. Get ready for some more epic World Cup action in the round of 16.